They're bringing a good side, Steve.
Compared to the last year's side where he was, patched up every week. If I look down the list of teams, that's probably the one that would worry me the most coming here, because we know how good Kyle is here. He come here last year and I think he nearly maxed out. Richie, he used to ride for the Pirates. He knows his way around here. He's very good. Ben Barker, if the Ben Barker who is on his game, bikes are working well, he could come here and score a hatful as well. Dan Gilks, one of the up-and-coming talents of British Speedway for being a young guy. He's sadly got injured last year, but before that he was on an absolute mission. He was cleaning up. So you just take them guys, and there's some good riders there just straight away. But I feel like we do have the edge on it. If you line them up, they have the faults, just like we do. But I feel like we've got the upper hand.
He's a good racer. He's not going to give up.
No, that's what you get with Ben. You know what you're in for when you line up and Ben's next to you. That's what you've got to keep your eye on. He is a racer, and a lot of the times he might not be the fastest person on track, but he's always probably giving it the most.
Who do you think is more similar to Ben in the Poole side this year?
I would probably say Kyle. No, because I would say that Kyle, he might not be the fastest person on the track, but he will always be giving it everything. I mean, obviously it'd be great if he could be the fastest person on track and giving it everything, because he's going to score us a hatful of points.
What's the rivalry like between you two these days?
It's quite healthy at the minute, because obviously we've not been competing against each other. I guess it changes, I would like to say that, in a way, if anyone's going to beat me, not that I don't mind, but it's not such a big drama if Richie beats me. But I feel like flip it round, and if I beat Richie, it's like the world's ended, Like he won't look at me after the race and stuff. I don't know what. Yeah, but I think it's more pride, isn't it? He's 2 minutes older. He's the alpha male of the family, and I know how annoyed he is after the race, like when I beat him. Whereas I think the other way around, if he beats me, I'm like, oh, well done, But I feel like because he's a bit older and whatever, 2 minutes he has to beat me. That's what I feel anyway. It might be different this year. I don't know, we're growing up, aren't we? We're getting a bit older, and you change, and well, in a way, it's one of our closest rivals, isn't it? And like anything, when you go against your closest rival, it's kind of like things get spiced up a little bit, don't they? And going back to last year, it wasn't just Poole. I think it was majority of clubs, because of the situation where Plymouth found themselves in and how they took advantage of that situation. I think it just frustrated clubs and riders. So when other clubs didn't, I know personally I felt like that, like they abuse the system in a way, and it does annoy you. So that kind of sparked the fire even more last year to want to get one over on them every time.
Going forward, I think that's always going to be there now.
Well, that's it. It's created that rivalry, and they're not in that situation yet this year. Hopefully they don't get into that situation, because we want to keep as many teams together as we can, and obviously make it a fair race meeting. But that rivalry will be there, and obviously they've got some hungry riders who, they can be aggressive as well. They're not frightened to throw their weight about. So we'll see.
It's going to be a very interesting match.
Yeah, it will be. It's more in a fun way, because I know how annoyed he is after the race, like when I beat him. Hopefully I still get a phone call.